I'm Graeme Pullen. I'd like to welcome you to the Totally Awesome Fishing Show. Quite simply, the greatest fishing show on YouTube. Now, we catch a lot of fish on YouTube, and some of the people say, well, they got a really inflated ego. I don't think so. Although sometimes I can make myself go quite inflated. They say sometimes my head is a little bit bigger than my body. It depends what I've been eating. But tonight, my wife gave me, for tea, a load of beans. Oh dear. Now if that doesn't inflate you, nothing will. Oh no, there's another one coming. Oh my God, oh my God. What happened there? I'm not eating them beans anymore. They are way too powerful. Let's get fishing, guys. I'm going to show you how to make the new rig. It is called the Bitchin Twitchin rig. Whoa, my stomach's a bit funny. Whoa. Well, guys, after my head just exploded, I've been for a shower. I've got some really cool clothing. Gosh, this looks nice, doesn't it? Would this be the new Totally Awesome Fishing Show logo? Now that should look pretty cool. We've got it in sweatshirts, t-shirts, everything except underpants and socks. Cool, gonna look nice and smart for you. We're gonna talk pike now. Let's get onto the pool table here. This pool is as close as we're gonna get to fishing today, I think. I'm gonna show you how to make an incredible new rig. I've just invented it. It's just been invented. It's brand new. It's like 72 hours old. Okay, what is it made of? Plastic picnic spoons? What is this guy on? That's right, plastic picnic spoons. Even I have trouble believing it, but you know what? I started using them about a year and a half ago. Just happened to find them in found them all in those Poundland shops, and I thought, why am I making plaice and flounder spoons out of metal? Because surely a nice plastic one is going to be lighter. But better, I've found some of these decorative ones, which are, in fact, a lovely, flashy, shiny silver. So what you've got to do is, obviously, you saw the stalk off the spoon, and that's nice and thick there. You get a little rasp or file or coarse sandpaper, and you just round that smooth. I haven't done it on this one, just cut them off to show you. Round that off smooth, a fine drill through the hole there, and then you're ready to make, wow, the Bitchin Twitchin rig. I'm going to tell you, I've got a very, very good feeling about this one. Okay, so what do we need? Obviously, we need a load of the plastic picnic spoons, but they come in two sizes, I've noted, and as I've already experimented at sea, catching lots and lots of plaice, smooth hounds, everything, dogfish, they all take these as flashers or attractors. Two sizes. Tablespoon, teaspoon. At sea, the big one seems really good, and I have caught a lot of fish, even smooth hounds, on a string of these, daisy chaining them down the line, up trace, flashing and twisting in the tide. I've been very, very impressed with them. Anybody wants to check that action out can look on one of our plaice fishing videos, and you will see these in action underwater on a 2-hook spreader boom. Okay, easy to make. I've got my hole, I'm all ready to go. You need some wire, so all you got to do, get yourself a piece of wire, pull off usual, let's say 18 inches. 18 inches of wire, that's always a good length, I find. Now, I cut with scissors here, but get them right up in the throat of the scissors. This is cabled wire. Pop, like that. Okay, and then on the end of that, we're going to start by tying a barrel swivel. Now, the way I do it, pretty basic and simple, totally awesome simple. Twist the ends up, just spin them up so they're nice and tight like that. Leave about, I guess, inch or so, maybe inch and a half. A single overhand knot, and this is 40-pound stainless steel sea fishing. It's called Tide Cheater wire, but it's stainless steel, good stuff. Get yourself a pair of forceps, tug away on it, oh, nice and tight. Lock the forceps here, click, you can hear them click, and then we're going to spin it up and whip it along there. You only need one tie, you can do two if you want. So I'm holding the swivel in my hand, and I'm just going to flip that round and round like this about 5-6 times without hopefully taking my teeth out. pull it tight so it's nice and straight, and you've got a little curved tag end. You see it bent up there. Get the throat of the scissors in there, right up nice and tight to the main piece of wire. Pop, it's done. And note, I keep the other bits in here and I put them in a little plastic cup to the side so they don't go in your foot, your finger, anywhere. I then get here a little plastic bead, a little red plastic bead, which I'm going to roll up the line just so I get it through there. I think you see that just there. I'm trying to get my new Totally Awesome Fishing Show bright gold t-shirt as a background so you can see it. I slide that up the line, or the trace, and then there's the angle of the stem just there. I'll come back a bit, you can see it there. Now there's the angle of the stem. You want it facing the hook, so it's going to hang with the stem obviously upwards like this, and that curve's going to catch the current. Slide that up. Now that ordinarily, I'm just going to give you this tip. If you just use a swivel to stop that out, the eye of the swivel can jam into that drilled hole there and jam it and stop it swiveling. So what we do, sea fishing, I say this is a rig I've just come up with, just invented. You put another plastic bead there so that the hole, let's bring this up so you can see it, there. Instead of having a swivel there, I've got that bead, and I'm going to stop that bead with a shot so I can move up and down if I want to. So just to show you in close up there, come up here, swivel between my fingers, bead, loose spoon, bead. Wow, does that puppy spin or what? Now, I've used these at sea, I've caught on them. I cannot see these not being good as an attractor for pike. Up trace of a SPRAT. Next thing goes on. I'm going to use here a VB double hook. I normally use a straight single. I've run out of straight singles because I've been barbel fishing and I lost about 7 sets in the snacks. So I'm going to use these just to show you. A single overhand knot, leaving maybe 2 or 3 inches of tag end left. Now I just pull that tight. That's all I do with that. It's never going to pull out. But the most important thing with paper twitching a SPRAT is this is the one that goes through the front of the bait. You need to wrap it around the small hook and the big hook shanks, and then, as you can see, it holds completely straight. Put that one on, and I'm trying to leave about, there's the head of the SPRAT, and this one's in the body. So what I do is just pinch that wire down. Look, you can see it can rest. It can just rest in there, and I can go and do an overhand knot there. He says, hopefully. I only ever do, you can do 2 if you want, you can do 2, it doesn't make any difference really. If you do 1 in wire, I find it's never going to pull out anyway. Get your forceps, jam it up in the grip of the forceps, and there we go. Put it tight. Right, then, to straighten that out, get hold of the bend of the hook like that, and I'm just trying to pull that loop there. It just comes up at 90 degrees. That tag end of wire, I can then snip in there, just put a little start of a roll in it, and I'm going to give it the old spin treatment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I do. Pull it out, snip the tag end off. I'll tell you what, these hooks are sharp, they're spiking me all the time, they're very, very sharp, straight out the packet. Snip off, just there. Now, there you have a standard twitching rig, but up trace here, obviously we've got the spoon. So you can use a tablespoon, or you can use this too. I like the small teaspoon. Now, here's the next tip I'm going to give you. Okay guys, now in order to stop this spoon where I want to, I can put it either on the head of the bait. This is brand new, this is absolutely brand new. I can put it on the head of the bait, and if I put that on, let's just pinch those on, and hold a BB, ouch, my teeth again, either side of that barrel swivel, either side of the spoon, now right up against the beads. Let me show you, let me get that one locked on there. Don't use your teeth, Graeme. Ow! Okay, you should be able to see that there. It can spin and revolve. I haven't pushed them down too tight to restrict the blade of that spoon, so leave a little bit of space in between the beads and then put the shot on. Now that will almost flash. Imagine that's the head of the sprat. I'm going to put one if I've got one and show you. That's going to spin around and revolve around the head of the sprat. That almost makes like a huge large lure. So you can twitch the sprat like our normal famous Totally Awesome twitch sprat technique, which more and more people are catching on about. Or I think, like a marlin, you have a sort of teaser in front of the lure. I think by sliding this further away, let's say 10 inches, 8-10 inches away, it's going to look, this is going to flash. Now, let's just pinch that up, and I won't be using my teeth again because I'm always frightened of dentists. And pain. And so, there we go. But two go together, don't they? Now, I'll just nip them up before. So, there we go. You can spin and flash, and then the bait is way back here. Now, two modes of thinking here. It could be the pike sees this flash first off and thinks, hello, what's that? And then by the time this goes out of the camera frame, along, you know, in their eyesight, along comes Mr. Sprat, twitching and flashing. Or I generally think this sprat is chasing whatever this is that's flashing in the water. They think that this flash up the front is being chased by the fish at the back. That's what I generally think is going to happen. The same as all predators when I fish abroad, we fish teasers up trace of the actual lure with a hook in it. And what they do is they're very confident abroad, you know, when you do foreign fishing with this technique, because a predator comes up behind and he thinks this sprat here is not really looking over his shoulder. He's more intent on catching this teaser lure or bait up in front, and therefore they come up behind it and whack it. That's the theory. I'll pop a sprat on it and just show you. Okay, wig's made. Sprats come out the freezer, a little bit hard. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Now, normally I say, well, it's just a big single 2.0 carp hook or size 2 carp hook on the front. I've got a VB because I've run out of carp hooks. The main thing is go in through the throat latch. You can watch my fingers and come out through the centre of the head. So it's hanging perfectly straight. And the second bait holder, that's the smaller of the two hooks, I nick in the back, pop. So it's hanging like that. So you have the chance of fishing with it way down here on top, or my gut feeling is, and honestly guys, this is a brand new technique. I just know it's going to catch. I just know it's going to catch because I just know the way pike react. I've been fishing for 45 years. I know what what turns them on. And being a predator, they are going to associate this puppy here, and this is the bit that's going to catch the pike. I think, I don't think it'll be bothered at all. I think it's going to be really good, especially for coloured water. And we're going to take it out tomorrow. We're going to give it a crack down the Dorset Stour. It's near the end of the season. It's cold. The river's pushing. It's grim. But we got no choice. 48 hours before the season ends. What are we going to do? We go. If we get one pike, we've got a result. But this is going to be a major pike catcher of the future. Twitch sprat is not going to be able to be cast a long way, especially with the big tablespoons. The teaspoons are going to be better, I feel, and they're going to whip around in the water. And really, really cool bait. I've taken already one of these with my good lady wife down the local canal, which we've got a really sweet piece that's clear, and you can see what these look like underwater. Oh, I'll tell you what, when we take them fishing tomorrow, they've been really, really good in the canal, and I'm so impressed with this little thing. I caught loads of sea fish with them. I'm really impressed with that. That's going on every trace I drop down sea fishing now. Maybe I might find a different way other than the shots here. There might be like a nylon plastic stop that'll do it. There's going to be variations. Let's get fishing. Let's get down the river tomorrow. And if I don't get a jack on this or something, I'm going to be really surprised. There it is. The twitching, bitchin' pike rig. It is going to be world famous, guys, next year. World famous. And you saw it first on the Totally Awesome Fishing Show because I invented it 2 days ago. Let's get down there. Okay, here's the first ever film of what the Bitchin Twitchin rig looks like underwater. This one is with a large tablespoon up by the head of the sprat, so it sends out a flash like a much bigger bait. The constant flutter of the plastic spoon enhances the natural flash of the sprat itself. If you wind and twitch it a bit faster, you get a slightly different action, and of course you can let it sink down over the weed beds and then pop it back higher up in the water. Most of the pike will be lying down near the bottom and attack in an upwards movement. The most important movement
for the Totally Awesome method of twitching is to let the bait fall back downwards for a second. That way it gives the impression of an injured or dying fish. We get loads of pike hit our baits as we pause on the retrieve, yet we still see many anglers just cranking the SPRAT in fast like a spinner. Wrong! And if the river or lake bed is clear, you can actually let it pause for a few seconds on the bottom, then start twitching again. However, the better method I feel is going to be to stop that plastic blade about 10 inches in front of the bait. It then gives the impression to the pike that the dead bait is chasing the flashing spoon and then not concentrating on the pike moving up behind it. It's a big game technique I use for 500-pound marlin, but the killer dilla size for British waters surely has to be the teaspoon. Fixed 10 inches up the trace, it is lighter, so will spin better as well as flutter. If the plastic blade revolves, then it's throwing out more flashes of light all over the place, and that's surely got to attract the attention of the pike. To make it sink slower, just use one SSG shot instead of two. I invented this rig to enhance our catch rate of pike in rivers that might be slightly coloured from rain. Pike are visual feeders and need to see a movement to make them home in. The flutter of that small teaspoon has got to drive the pike wild. And some of you guys out there might have other ideas to adapt it even further. I've used it sea fishing from our own shark tagging boat, so I just know it could be the rig of the future for pike anglers who like to be constantly on the move. Now, all we have to do is take it out and give it a try. I travelled with Mike down to the Dorset Stour only to find it chocolate brown from floodwater. An 80-mile drive for nothing? Well, I'll tell you what, there would never be a better opportunity to see if my new rig would work. This is the sort of situation I designed it for. We had travelled that far, we weren't about to turn around and go home, even if conditions were really poor. I had to put on a couple of SSG shot to get the rig down, and immediately felt the action with a larger tablespoon was different. The current was just a bit too strong, and that bigger blade held everything up higher in the water. I would say it would probably work better in a lake. But we both felt the faster action of the small teaspoon blade was absolutely ideal for river fishing. At least we felt we were in with a chance.
Guys, I just had a take on my Bitchin Twitchin flashing spoon. I'm going to whack him. Yeah, he's on my spoon. Oh yes, there's the spoon. Oh, don't go to the snag, don't go to the snag. Oh, I'm right in amongst trees and snags. And there, I don't know if you're going to see that in there before I go in the water. There is the spoon. That's about 6 inches, look, I'm just going to ease off on the fish here. About 6 inches in front of the pike. You can actually see the Bitchin Twitchin spoon. And that worked. I mean, I just saw the spoon flash, I haven't got Polaroids. And, oh, he's going to go out for the deep water, he's trying to get over that bank. Come on in, come on in. And then Mike apparently saw the whole take. He was out there on another sandbank or mud bank, saw the whole take. The double hook is just outside his jaws. I don't want to get tangled in the net. Let's get down here. God, what a take that was. Do you know what I think it was? I think he came up and tried to hit that spoon above the trace first, and the bait was behind and he whipped round and then came up with a really aggressive take. Here he is. Here he is. Ease him in slowly. Ease him in slowly. I'm always wary of loose hooks. Just be very calm with him and I can get him. And now I've got him. Pike number one on the Totally Awesome Bitchin Twitchin rig. Boy, does that puppy work. And there's the spoon. Let's get him unhooked. Oh, this is what I call a pleasant unhooking
Just there. Look at this guy. There he is. Oh dear. I do like these VB hooks. Pop. Man, that's got to be better than a treble. Okay. Not going to set the world alight. It's not a world record. But on the Bitchin Twitchin rig, pike number 1, and under disgusting conditions. Freezing winds, 30 knot winds. It works. Let's get it back. I want to get another one. Oh, down you go, buddy. Down you go. Oh, cold water straight away. That's the best of fishing in the winter. Here's the way to hook the sprat or dead bait again. The main holding hook goes through the lower throat latch and bring it out through the top of the head. Then nick the second bait holder hook into the meat on the back. It gives a perfect presentation and not a treble hook in sight. The ultimate in bling for pike. Always let the rig flutter down before you start to twitch it back. The art is in the pause between those sharper twitches, allowing it to flutter back. Here there's no lying on a bed chair. This is proper roving fishing tactics. Hit the swim 6 times, then move on to another. It's a great way to locate pike, and my best day roving was a staggering 35 pike hooked and 25 landed. Not a bad day's fishing. Work the water, find the slacks, overhangs, eddies, ledges. Okay, I've been reading river swims for almost 50 years now, but even I'm still learning. Believe me, there's no such person as an expert. Nobody knows everything, despite what they might tell you. Fish, fish, fish on here, fish on here. It was a sublime cast over there to the trees. He picked it up, he's in the racing current now. Don't take your time with it. I think it's a small one, but either way, it's pike strike number 2. Stays off a bit. Is he in the current? Yeah, watch he doesn't go. Might pay to walk down in the current with him. That could be a decent fish as well. I think it's a nice pike. I'd go down there for him. Watch that fast current. Oh, nice fish. Easy him up. He's just get him in the right hand slack. Oh, good fish. Please don't come off. Push your net down, bust. Right, he's just hooked there, guys. Barely hooked. Ah, look at that. Oh, he's barely hooked. I think, ladies and gents, this is fish of the day. It's been a tough session. Really coloured waters. It's been tricky. I mean, we've had no takes. Usually we get a few takes, but we have had not one bump. We've had one pike that Graeme got earlier on the twitching, bitchin boom with the, not the boom, but with the spoon. The jaws on that. He eats a teaspoon and the sprat. Beauty. Nice markings on him. And it's not over yet. Let's get him back in the water. Here we go, guys. Weigh-in time. And we're looking at £8 9 ounce. Nice fish. There we go. Nice fish. Nice little fish, that one. Happy with that. Put up a great fight in the fast current as well. Tricky fight. I did a good cast over there. Very, very snaggy over there with a tree that's recently fallen down. And he took it on the drop instantly. I didn't even twitch. I didn't retrieve. I closed the bail arm to retrieve, and then bump. He was on it. Let's get him back now. Let's get him up here one more time. It's gonna go. He's happy. Gone. He's happy. He likes that cold water. Look at that.
on the Twitchin Bitchin spoon rig. It works. It's totally awesome.
With both of us having had a pike, we were now well and truly switched on to Bitchin Twitchin. But just watch as I get nailed by a pike take right on camera, totally genuine. The take, the drop back, the strike, Mike got it all on his camera. Totally awesome.
Big fish, guys, a big fish on the Twitchin Bitchin rig. It is a big bitch pike. I've seen it. Oh no, don't go in the snags. It's a big fish, this one. I think probably, you know, I know it's a double. I've seen it roll over. It's going to get me in the fast water. I don't know what's down there. You see this huge oak tree over here. That's smashed over in a storm. It's massive. It's created like a rip. And he's in this rip right now. I've got bent right over. Oh, don't do any snags. There's got to be bits of branches down there. Oh, it's a good fish. He's in that boiling water down there. Walk down. I want to try and get a fish in it. Oh, this is a sign of a big fish. He's going right against the current. Here he comes. Oh, eat my shorts. Eat my shorts!
That is a big puppy.
This one ain't going to be a million miles off 20 pounds.
This is big.
This is big, boys. I'll tell you what, I'm not going to mess around for the...
Nah, let's get this.
Noisy old girl. Michael's last fish. Oh, don't go in the snake.
Keep going, go. It's a big fish, guys, big fish. Oh, nice. Get in!
No, the net's through.
Alright, hold on. Get in!
That is, I've got to screw the net up where my son had it, he hadn't screwed it up. Oh, you almost broken in there.
Snapped,
I'm
net's
screwing
broken.
nothing, as people say. Well, what's new there? Oh, what?
Let's have a look. Oh, we lost.
Oh, there goes the wife's on.
Hold on. Hold on.
Oh,
Hold on, guys.
There's that.
Oh, that's a goner.
Oh no.
I'll try and hook it on my welly.
Don't drop the camera in.
No, I can't. Hold on.
Oh, what's she going to say?
Hold on. Oh, shit.
We are in real trouble.
Mum is not going to be happy with that.
Not gonna like losing her umbrella.
I think it's worth it, though.
Well, I think so. Oh no! Everything we do at Totally Awesome, isn't it? Look at this fish. And look where that spoon is in his jaws. Let's get this boy on the mat. Just feast your eyes on that. Look at that. Over 3 feet. God, I'm drooling over it. Ladies and gentlemen, please note, the Twitchin Bitchin rig works. There is the spinner. Down here, guys, there's a leech on this fish. See the parasite that's absolutely boring into it? Just there. And I don't like leeches on my fish. Or me. Bye! Look at the length of this pike, and it is in absolutely spanking condition. Now, the other week on the Thames I had a 2012 when we were doing river piking in 2 hours. We've come down here just to test out the Twitchin Bitchin rig, and we come up with Monsieur Alligator. Let's get this one. Oh, what a beauty. Just haven't got the gut of the other one. It looks a 20-pound fish, but it ain't going to make 20. Am I disappointed? I don't think so, gentlemen. 17.8 prime river pike on the Twitchin Bitchin rig. Yeehaw! Take one last look, we'll get it back. So there you go, that's all it is. It's actually got ripped down. I actually had it about 8 inches away from the bait there. So that is a Twitchin Bitchin rig. You can only see these on Totally Awesome Fishing Show. If you see them elsewhere, they have definitely been copied. Do you know why? Because I only invented it yesterday. And does it work? I think so. I think so. Talk about last trip of the season, guys. Now, the main thing is, with pike, always recover them. Because I've got quite a scrap out of this one, but it's cold. Well, it's right at the back end, just before the season finishes. You know, it's cold water. Well, I'm cold, my finger's about to drop off. So they recover pretty well. In the summer, whole different ball game. They do not like hot water. This is, hopefully it's not going to thrash and eat my finger now. Just look. Oh, for some underwater. Just hold that baby there. Oh. Ease them in, head into the current. Here we go, here we go. Here we go. Oh, I've lost the bloody way bag. That's the umbrella, my landing net pole, the way bag, and I've fallen in doo-doo. Hey, you know, should be this. We're so successful at Totally Awesome. We're gonna get marked up, buddy. Bring it on.